In the last module, we read that Iswaran started recounting a horror story, and he had also described the female ghost, to which Mahendra reacted in an unexpected manner. From that day on, Mahendra, for all his brave talk, went to bed with a certain unease. Which brave talk is talked about here? He said that there were no ghosts, and whatever he had seen, whatever Iswaran had seen and narrated to Mahendra was just a figment of his imagination. But since then he was not at all comfortable at night. Every night he peered into the darkness. He would try to see searchingly if anybody was there. Peered into the darkness outside through the window next to his bed, the window which was next to his bed, trying to make sure that there was no movement of dark shapes in the vicinity. Here, dark shapes refers to, of course, spirits, ghosts, vicinity, neighborhood, nearness. But he could only see a sea of darkness with the twinkling lights of the factory miles away. He could just see darkness and some lights miles away. He had always liked to admire the milk white landscape. Milk white landscape means landscape on full moon nights. But after hearing Iswaran's story of the female ghost, he avoided looking out of his window altogether, completely, when the moon was full. Why? Because Iswaran had told him that female ghost appeared only on full moon nights. So earlier Iswaran liked to see the milky white landscape, but now he completely avoided that. Now here is something very interesting. One night Mahendra was woken up from his sleep by a low moan close to his window. So one night he was disturbed. He was woken up by a low moan which was audible quite near to his window. Moan is a low continuous sound due to pain or some other suffering. At first he put it down. He thought that to be a cat prowling around for mice. Prowling means to roam in search of a prey. But the sound was too guttural for a cat. Guttural means it was quite heavy, a heavy voice which is produced in the throat. But the sound was too guttural for a cat. It was too heavy that one could not say the sound was produced by a cat. He resisted. He controlled the curiosity to look out, lest he should behold a sight which would stop his heart. He controlled himself from looking outside. Otherwise, he was afraid that he might see something scary which would just stop his heart, which would make him extremely petrified. But the wailing became louder and less feline. Feline is cat-like. Now it did not appear to be produced by a cat. Wailing means to make a high-pitched, loud sound in grief. He could not resist the temptation, resist to control, to stop anymore. Lowering himself to the level of the window shelf, he looked out at the white sheet of moonlight outside. Finally, he brought himself to the level of the window shelf and looked outside, and that was a full moon night. There, not too far away, was a dark, cloudy form clutching a bundle. As it was described by Iswaran, not too far away was a dark, cloudy form which appeared like a cloud, clutching, holding a bundle. Mahendra broke into a cold sweat and fell back on the pillow. Now he was extremely petrified, scared. If we break into a cold sweat, that means we become extremely afraid, scared, and fell back on the pillow, panting, unable to breathe properly. As he gradually recovered from the ghastly experience, ghastly is terrible, dreadful, unpleasant,
experience, he began to reason with himself. He started asking himself the reason for what he had seen, and finally concluded that it must have been some kind of auto-suggestion that just appeared on its own, some trick that his subconscious had played on him. What do you mean by subconscious? When we are not fully alert. By the time he had got up in the morning, had a bath and come out to have his breakfast, the horror of the previous night had faded from his memory. That means next morning, when he got up and did away with all his daily routine, he had somewhat forgotten about the horror of the previous night, last night. Iswaran greeted him, wished him at the door with his lunch packet and his bag. Iswaran was his cook, right? So he gave him his lunch and his bag. Just as Mahendra was stepping out, as he was moving out of the house, Iswaran grinned. Grinned means he gave a broad smile and said, "Sir, remember the other day when I was telling you about the female ghost with a fetus in its arms? You were so angry with me for imagining things." Now he just reminded him of the day when Iswaran told him about this entire matter. "Well, you saw her yourself last night." Who is the speaker? Iswaran is the speaker here, and he is talking about the female ghost. Here the word her refers to the female ghost. "I came running, hearing the sound of moaning that was coming from your room." So he is talking about the last night, and in the previous paragraph we read that Mahendra also heard a low moaning just beside his window, and Iswaran is talking about the same. A chill went down Mahendra's spine. Means he was again afraid. He did not wait for Iswaran to complete his sentence. He was so afraid, so petrified, that he did not even let Iswaran complete his sentence and just left for office. He hurried away to his office and handed in his papers, resolving to leave the haunted place the very next day. Haunted means visited by ghosts, spirits. So he had decided to resign. He had decided to leave the place very next day. Thank you for being with me.